Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tara and Tats, and I'm back with a new video. Today I got a new 4K Blu-ray that I'm really anxious to talk about. You already know what movie we're talking about by the title. Today we are going to review the 4K Blu-ray from Arrow of An American Werewolf in London. Now, this here, I am so happy to have this edition. Um, I like werewolf movies. Don't get me wrong. I like The Howling. I like Silver Bullet and everything. But this one here is my ultimate favorite werewolf movie of all time. John Landis classic horror comedy. There was no way in the world I was going to go without getting this on 4K. Now, the movie has been. I want to tell you a fun little story real quick. Now, the movie has been reissued on Blu-ray numerous times. Universal did they did a remastered Blu-ray here a while back. They did Arrow did they did this as a Blu-ray edition, and I never picked these up. But here's the thing: see, the Blu-ray that I had of American Werewolf in London is this one here, the original standard full moon edition, and I never upgraded it. And I think part of it too was for sentimental reasons, because truth be told, 2009, 2010, whenever it was, I got my first Blu-ray player. This was one of I bought two Blu-rays. This was one of this very first Blu-rays that I ever bought. And that was the thing, it's like I just bought my first Blu-ray player and I was curious, so I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, okay, I was in a Walmart, I bought, I had my player and everything. And I was like, you know what? I want to get an older movie and a newer movie. And at the time, the newer movie that I got was The Last Exorcism, because a friend of mine, was at work, and he had the DVD. He let me borrow it, and I watched it. I actually liked that movie, and so I saw they had the Blu-ray for that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll snag that one. That'll be kind of like the newer movie because that's what was new at the time. And then I was looking at their selection of older movies, and I was kind of like, they got something here I really want. And I saw this one here, and I was like, you know what? This is it. American Werewolf in London, my favorite werewolf movie of all time. It's like, getting ready to experience Blu-ray for the first time. I wanted to see what this looked like, and this was okay. You could tell it wasn't, this wasn't Universal's best work in terms of Blu-rays and everything. Of course, over time they got better, but I wouldn't say I was a real early adopter, but kind of fairly early adopter. But anyway, so I got this, and just over time, even though the movie had been they like I said, Universal put out a remastered Blu-ray of it, and then Arrow put out and I was just kind of like I don't really see the point. It's like kind of sentimental reasons I was hanging on to this, but at the same time too, it's like once I was like, yeah, like I'd even had a chance to pick this up a couple of times and get it for pretty cheap, but I was just like, there's no point, especially because it's going to be coming to 4K soon, and here we are. So yeah, so this has served me well over the years, but it's time to retire this baby because now we have this beautiful thing right here, and I'm very happy with it. I know that people who probably, who have bought the this version of the Blu-ray would probably be like, eh, because yeah, Arrow, does that. You've seen before on some of the other videos I've done with like Deep Red and things like this. Their Blu-rays, when they do the 4K, it's pretty much almost the same thing. In terms of like the slipcase, there may be like slight variations on it, but anyway, so we're gonna get into looking at this baby. So this here, I don't know if this is on the Blu-ray. It might be, but this is on the back. So we got that there, and here we go. We got a ton of extras, and this is going to be fun too because now I got a bunch of new extras that I can watch that were never on here. So I was saying, so for me, this is totally worth it. It's a totally worthy upgrade. So we have brand new 4K restoration by Arrow Films from the original camera negative. Let's see here. We have original uncompressed 1.0 mono and optional 5.1 DTS HD master audio. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We have a new commentary. Beware the Moon by Beware the Moon filmmaker Paul Davis. Well, it's new for me. Audio commentary by actors David Naughton and Griffin Dunn. Mark of the Beast: The Legacy of the Universal Werewolf, a feature-length documentary by filmmaker Daniel Griffith, featuring interviews with John Landis, David Naughton, Joe Dante, and more. An American Werewolf in London, an interview with John Landis in which he reflects on British cinema and his time working in Britain. I Think He's a Jew: The Werewolf Secret, a video essay by filmmaker John Spira about how Landis's film explores Jewish identity. The Werewolf's Call: Corinne Hardy, director of The Hollow and The Nun, chats with writer Simon Ward about their formative experiences with Landis's film. Wares of the Wolf, a featurette in which special effects artists Dan Martin and Tim Laws of Prop Store look at some of the original costumes and special effects artifacts from the film. Beware the Moon, Paul Davis's acclaimed feature-length exploration of Landis's film, which boasts extensive cast and crew interviews. An American Werewolf in Bob's Basement and Causing a Disturbance, Piccadilly Revisited, two 2008 featurettes filmed by Paul Davis. Making an American Werewolf in London, a short archival featurette on the film's production, an interview with John Landis, lengthy archival interview with the director about the film. Makeup artist Rick Baker on American Werewolf in London, the legendary makeup artist discusses his work on the film. I Walked with a Werewolf, an archival interview with, I lost my place. With Rick Baker about how Universal Horror and its legacy on Wolfman films. Casting of the Hand, archival footage from Rick Baker's workshop showing the casting of David Naughton's hand. Outtakes, storyboard featurette, original trailer and teaser trailer, plus TV and radio spots, extensive image gallery, over 200 stills, posters and other ephemera. Okay. Reversible Sleeve featuring original poster art and artwork by Graham Humphreys. Double-sided fold-out posters, 6 double-sided poster card size lobby card reproductions, limited edition 60-page perfect bound book featuring new writing by Craig Ian Mann and Simon Ward, archival articles, and original reviews. So yeah, look at that there, man. That sucker is loaded, so you get plenty with it. So this is definitely an upgrade for me. But like I said, I imagine if you got this when it was just the standard Blu-ray, I imagine this is probably not going to be, this isn't going to be much of anything. And I do imagine that there are probably people who have the Blu-ray version of this who are going to be like, I'm not going to really upgrade. It's like, what, for just, maybe slightly better picture quality and, a little bit of sound quality. It's like, hey, man, hell, I got the, So I think a lot of people who have this on Blu-ray are going to be like, no, it's like, I already got a TV that's going to, I got a TV and a player that's going to, upgrade the picture quality and everything else. So I don't really need this. So but for me, it's perfect because, like I said, this has been my version for all these years. So I'm happy to have this. And so we get the fun little treats here. We have the booklet, which is standard for, Arrow. So, whoa, there goes some good goriness there. Some of the pictures. Oh, man, Jenny Agutter. So, where's that at? Oh, there we go. David eating the deer's head. Ooh, the creepy Nazi wolf things from the nightmare. That's gruesome. Let's see here. Where was it at? There we go. Yeah. I don't know. That would feel kind of... Let's see. Anyway. There we go. Jenny Agutter. There we go. Gorgeous. Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's still gorgeous even today. So, but anyway, so we got that. Then we got our poster here, which standard with these collector's editions from Arrow. So we got the commissioned artwork there. Try to back away so you can see that. That's pretty cool. And on here we have, I guess this is supposed to be like one of the original poster designs for the movie. So that's cool. Kind of have that. And now we get to the meat and potatoes. And of course, it says reversible sleeve. So I have, what's pretty much the original poster art or picture art from the movie. And from the director of Animal House, a different kind of animal, an American Werewolf in London, the monster movie. So on the back there, it's pretty much the same thing. So, of course, you take it out, you got the reversible slip cover there. So I just prefer the original poster work this is made. So I put that baby back in there. And obviously, like I said, I don't have the Arrow Blu-ray for this, but this is what the disc looks like. So I'm not really sure if the disc art for the 4K is different from the Blu-ray, but that's what it looks like anyway. And we got our lobby cards here, all right. So this is what they look like on one side, and you can tell, So we now have our lobby cards here. This one. Man on the Subway. Piccadilly Circus. Oh, the guy coming out of the tube window. Jack and David in the field. In the pub. Did I? No, I didn't. I thought I skipped one. Okay, no, I didn't. Turns out I didn't. So anyway, now back onto the details. Overall, in terms of picture and sound quality, was it worth it? In my opinion, yes, because I've already showed you the old one that I had, so this definitely is an improvement for me in terms of the picture and the sound quality. I did notice quite a bit of differences in there. One of the big differences I really noticed was the scene in the zoo when David, after his first night of becoming a werewolf, he wakes up in the morning. It's like the zoo, you could definitely, you really get the bitter gray cold of the London weather, and then plus, the green for the grass and the shrubs and everything is very vibrant, and there's a lot of detail in there that I noticed. Another part where I really noticed a good amount of detail was in the tube station or the subway station where Gerald, the businessman, when he's being chased by, David when he's turned into the werewolf. I really definitely noticed the detail in the subway station, because it's like, oh man, it was always so brightly lit in the other versions I've ever seen, and here I really noticed how it looked really dingy and really kind of gross and used, and you could really see the detail in terms of this is a subway that many, many people go through day in and day out. And, it's like you could really see the rundown look of it and everything. I really noticed that, and it really jumped out at me. But on to the special effects. And honestly, I know some people may disagree with me on this, but in terms of the special effects, I was really, really happy that Rick Baker's special effects still hold up. And I think also too, because you got, the high dynamic range, it kind of brings down some of the brightness levels. And that was the thing, it really, really works because, in the whole idea of the werewolf transformation was that this was going to be, a werewolf transformation that takes place under really bright, harsh lights. And so Rick Baker had to figure out a way to do that and make it look good and make it look realistic. And he did that. Obviously, he won an Academy Award for it, and even to this day, it's still considered the best werewolf transformation in movie history. And, so if you're sitting here wondering about, whether the 4K is going to ruin that, the best part is no, it doesn't, because, it kind of brings down some of the brightness, and everything. And so it still looks amazing. You could see a lot of the detail, especially I noticed, especially in the eyes and things like this. The eyes kind of really pop out at me. But yeah, it doesn't hurt. Rick Baker's special effects still hold up even after all this time, and even after, because a lot of times when you're upgrading, from the image from you went from VHS to Laserdisc to DVD to Blu-ray to now 4K and on and on and on. It's the more you keep upgrading the image, a lot of times, practical special effects don't hold up. You start to see the cracks in the makeup, and, you start to see things that, yeah, okay, it kind of takes you out of it and stuff like that. The best part though here is like it doesn't. It still looks amazing. It still looks wonderful. It's still the best werewolf transformation. It doesn't take me out of it at all. I didn't see anything wrong with it. And, yeah, I mean, I'm just really, really happy with this. But so over just the picture quality looks really good. It sounds like there are some parts where it's kind of a little too dark for my taste and a little bit too grainy and muddy. But other than that, it's like, I think this is, Arrow did a really great transfer on this and I'm really happy with it. I'm so happy to get this on 4K now, and this is a movie that like I bought it on VHS back in the day. I had it on VHS. I had it on DVD. You saw I got it on Blu-ray. First one of the first Blu-rays I bought. And so now I get to say I have it in 4K, and I'm really really happy about this. And this is a movie. The movie itself has stood the test of time. The transfers stood the test of time. And like I said, just for a couple of murky parts, it looks amazing, and I definitely recommend this. If you're a fan of this, you're going to want this. But like I said, though, I think that there are going to be, I've said before in other videos that 4K is a bit of a luxury. So you're really going to want this only if you're a diehard fan of this movie and you just have to have it, like I am. But I'm sure that there are people who probably, like I said, they've got this version of it, but it's the Blu-ray version, and to them, it's not really worth the upgrade for just maybe tiny little bit slightly better picture quality. So it's going to be a mixed bag, but for me overall, I love it. I'm glad I have it. This is a movie. There was no way in hell I was going to go without getting this on 4K. It's my favorite werewolf movie of all time, and now I can say I have it, and there you go. So I think I am pretty much done with this movie, buying this movie. I know some people are probably be like, dude, 8K is starting to come around. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting a little old now, so I may stop at this, but we'll see. But, I have this now on 4K, and, I still have a DVD copy laying around somewhere, and I have it on my Vudu account. So there you go. So I have, two physical formats of this movie, and I have a digital format. So I think I'm good. I don't think I need American Werewolf in London anymore. So anyway, that's going to do it. So yeah, like I said, if you love the movie and you really want it in 4K, I definitely say go out and get it. Arrow did a great job with it. But like I said, if you have this on the Blu-ray, you're probably going to be like, I'll just stick with what I have. So anyway, that's going to do it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to my channel. We got some good news. Lots of good, stuff is coming up, in the following year, and hopefully I can get some more videos out for you guys. And, yeah, so that's it, everybody. Take care of my boils and ghouls. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.